Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from around the globe. My name is Augustine, and some people call me Simple Consultant. Now, Austin is fine if you choose to refer to me as that, Austin. Now, welcome to a new week, and hope you enjoyed your weekend. Now, my title of broadcast today is We Are 5 years now, just wondering how the next 5 years is going to look like. Yesterday, we celebrated our fifth year anniversary within our Kringle Private Society. And just to make a quick recap, I remember when we started this community sometime 5 years ago, we started like a feeble kind of organization. We didn't have a particular direction where we're going as at then, but we understood something very clearly. And what is that? That we had an intent of making this world a better place. That's exactly what we had at the back of our mind while we started this movement. And so far, so good. We've been able to gather reasonable number of people across the world. We are about 7.5, between 7.5 and 7.8 billion people across the globe, and our goal is to make sure that we eradicate poverty on a global scale. How do we intend going about this? We already know, but for the sake of emphasis, I want to reiterate. We are doing that by gathering 1 billion people from across the globe. That's how we are going to go about it. Bringing in 1 billion people, of which 1 million of them will be billionaires and 1 billion of them will be millionaires. These people will be the ones to go out to create jobs, and we will revolutionize the current financial system and make this world a better place. So far, so good. I'm going to share my screen now so that we can see how far we've gone. There is a lot that is going on within our community. And I wonder if you are listening to me now, when you choose to become a member in the community, if you are not yet a member, and if you are a member and you are not an active member helping to grow this community, I really wonder when you will decide to become an active member. Now, to save time, because this video is going to be very short, let me share my screen and show us a few things. And then I call it quit for now. And I hope we're going to all have a very wonderful week because there is so much that will be happening this week. Now, as a member in the community, a full-time member in the community, you can decide to go out there to bring in merchants. You can also decide to tell people around you. You can also decide to go out and then publicize, cut your food bill in half. This is how we are building our community. And I must say that cut your food bill into half is the thing on ground now. And it is good that everyone is aware and informed and does their own part. It doesn't matter how many people you are bringing in. The bottom line is that you are able to put food on your table, because when this food subsidy begins, it's going to be huge. And everybody who are in the billionaire category are going to begin to enjoy the possible and the reason why they are now called billionaires in our Kringle Private Society. It will start small. You can enjoy $100 per week for every food item you want to purchase, 50% in cash, 50% in Kringle value. And in a short while, as we establish these food centers across the globe, I believe that the amount of weekly subscription or weekly purchase of items would go up from $100 to possibly $200, $500, and at some point it will become $1,000. How we are going to gain global adoption is using this food subsidy. Purchase your food at a 50% subsidy. Now I'll stop here. Let me share my screen. Okay, the screen is already being shared. Now let me show us a few things. And I believe we are seeing my screen. Now, the celebration yesterday was huge. And just to be very clear, there are three things I'll look into. And then after looking into it, I think I'll call it quit for today. The first one is United for Food flyer. I want us to have a look at that. And then the second one is going to be the TBC 5th year anniversary. We're going to see some of the videos, some of the pictures. We may not look into all of it, but we are going to peruse through it. Now, when you look at this content, this is just an animation. Now, when you look at this, you'll see that this guy is talking to this lady. Now, this guy has just come out of the food center. He just came out of the food center, and now this lady is just walking along. So he is now talking to her, saying, "Hello, neighbor. or hello, madam, or whichever you may call it. Now, this is United for Food. So this guy is referring to the lady saying, mommy, madam, beloved, whichever way you want to call her, we are gathering 1,000 households to qualify building a food subsidy center in town. Are you interested, or do you think you want to cut your food bill in half? This is a question. Now, this is also something, say, name brands you buy anyway, which means that everything that will be in this food subsidy is going to be things that you are familiar with, provisions, non-perishable items, and the likes. So it's a very simple thing. You can choose to go about it by putting flyers out there. You could meet people one-on-one and educate them. It's actually dynamic, whichever way you think you're most comfortable with. The bottom line is the system has been set out, and if you follow the script, you are going to get positive feedback. People will call you, and when they call you, you give them feedback, make them understand that it's only 1,000 people and that people are filling in fast. The earlier, the better. Now, this is the first one. Now, let's go to the second one. The celebration yesterday was huge. So many people attended it, although I was not opportuned to take part in it due to some engagements that held me down until later on in the evening. So I decided to come this morning to give my own part of the contribution. Yeah, the celebration is still on. So between now and the end of this week, we are going to be in that kind of celebration mood. So I'm going to go about sharing this side. Now, this particular one is the 5th anniversary, which is what we took part in yesterday. And the beautiful thing is that the administration of the Kringle Society took part in the celebration. Of course, when someone had built something for 5 years, building it for 5 years was not an easy task, but so far we've built it for 5 years, and we are now so strong. We have enough cash reserves. We have enough merchants. We have not enough, but sufficient. We have enough technical teams that are taking time to train people who are interested in understanding the system. We have member helper teams. We have new member support teams. We also have the programmers that are encouraging the system, building the system, making the system better every blessed day. So I can say that we are making some good progress. And my system is actually loading, and it's slow. It's actually slow in loading. I wouldn't want this broadcast to take so long, but the bottom line I'm driving at while it's loading is that we are making progress. And if we have been able to build a very formidable wallet, a wallet that is able to accommodate several digits to the right, which are Kringles, then digits to the left, which are TBC. I mean, we have prepared ourselves as an alternative financial system to be able to support the economy of the world when the current financial system nosedives, because these guys are working to make sure that this system nosedives. That is the reason why people are still under lockdown. Now, come to think about it, what if I told you that in the nearest future, that the third world countries will become first world countries, and the first world countries will become third world countries? It may sound crazy, I know, but the bottom line is that these guys has been able to impoverish third world countries to the point where they are now poverty stricken, and there is no hope for survival, no hope for revival, no hope for seeing the light of the day. We are now perpetual slaves in their financial system. Now they want to so achieve the same goal using a one world system, using a what do you call this thing? Basic utility. Would I call it basic utility? A kind of survival means. The name skipped my head. Universal Basic Income, UBI. Yeah, they are actually doing it. That's the reason why they are printing so many millions and millions and billions of money in the Federal Reserve, and then they are just giving it out for free. Money is an exchange for activities carried out. That is the reason why you should be paid for carrying out some work. But in a situation where you are paid for doing nothing, what does that mean? You are debasing the currency of that system. Very soon it will be like Venezuela. This is what these guys are doing. They want to make sure that they subject the entire world into a system that is dependent on their central system. And that system is going to be elevated into a central controlled system, which will give them room for their new world order. They are working on it stage by stage so that by the year 2030, they must have achieved their goal. But come to think about it, as they are going about their evil intentions, we are building a food subsidy center so that we will achieve our goal much faster than they. By the year 2025, I can tell you that we will not have achieved 1 billion status in numbers, but we would have been able to collapse their system. We are not fighting their system. They are building their system. They are making sure that they want to control the entire world. That's why they are bringing in vaccines and the rest. We are building a system that will free humanity and will return power back to the people and take power out of the central banking system, the system that we have already known as a controlled system. And we are doing something great. We are doing something magnanimous. We are doing something wonderful. And it's so unfortunate that this my page is still taking time to load. And I don't like the fact that it's taking so much time to load. But well, in order to save time, we'll look at some of the pictures. This is Philippine. And these are a few things that took place yesterday. And I must commend these guys. These guys are wonderful. I think this is Ace Fletcher. Ace Fletcher that has been wonderful all these years. And I really, really thank God for him. And I really don't know who this lady is. I don't know if it's Ivy, but the bottom line is that these guys had planned something great. Now check out the admin. This is the admin. The admin was there. He celebrated with them. So we are doing something beautiful. Now, it may be that he won't have the opportunity to celebrate with everyone, but he was able to take part in a good number of the programs that took place. It was huge. These things, we are purely an online-based system. Our impact will be felt in the world through our Kringle Private Society. So in order to save time, on your own, you could refer back to your Kringle Cash and then explore some of these contents. I do not have all the time, one. And two, this thing didn't load properly. But you could go through your Kringle Cash and then see this content. The second one is GMC. Now, GMC is actually one of our strong merchants in our Kringle Private Society. Now, GMC is just a tip of the iceberg. Now, there is also Kringle Mall and a good number of other merchants who are getting to understand what we are doing. Now, we have a goal that when we are 1 billion members, we'll be having a minimum of at least 50 million merchants. In my opinion, we'll have much more than 50 million merchants at our maturity phase. In fact, we'll have so many merchants to the point where every merchant across the globe will want to identify with us as merchants in the Kringle Private Society. So that said, it's actually loading, but it's like my network is not so friendly this morning. But for those of us who are part of us in this Kringle Society, I want you to be aware that we are doing something wonderful. We are doing something outstanding. And it's an opportunity that we are giving out to you. If you are a member within this community, become serious. If you are a member within our community, wake up and see how you can impact this community for good. Now, this is some of the things that took place yesterday. It was like a trade fair, and this trade fair is huge. This is just one merchant. This is just one merchant in our Kringle Private Society. Imagine when we have 2 merchants, 10 merchants, 100 merchants, 1,000 merchants. Now, this is he. This is actually the person. He is Michael Odunlade. Now, this is the person that has this vision, and he is also growing his business. I can tell you, he is growing his business. He has so integrated himself into the Kringle Society to the point where, as the community grows into mass adoption, this guy will be likened to some kind of Dangote. Of course, we all know who Dangote is. Aliko Dangote is one of the richest black men in the world, especially in Africa. Now, this guy, he set up himself in such a way that as the community grows into mass adoption, he will also feature as one of those people who are giving value, who are giving real value in exchange for Kringles into our community. So if you are a part of us as a member or as a merchant in the community, the opportunity to take advantage of what we are doing is now. Do it while the offer still lasts. All right. Now, for those of you who wants to be a part of us, my links are below. If you are listening to my broadcast for the first time, do well to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, give me a thumbs up because that's social proof. That gives me a kind of satisfaction or a kind of feedback that you are enjoying my broadcast. I will stop here. So till I come your way again some other time, okay? I'll stop sharing my screen now. And a number of people are actually on my broadcast. Wow, that's interesting. Now, I will not fail to acknowledge my brother Tindy. Those of you who are on my broadcast, please do well to give a thumbs up or give an indication that you are present in my broadcast. It really matters. I enjoy it when I see people that make some contributions. Brother Tindy, greetings. Wow, admin was actually on my broadcast. How interesting, how sweet. All right, I'll stop here. I'll see you guys again some other time, possibly tomorrow. And thank you very much. Before I go, greetings, brother. You are doing very well. You are doing much better, my brother. And more grace. Thank you very much. Admin, I hail you. I hail you. Greetings to you. And my brother, keep up the good work. That's brother Emmanuel Aqua. Thank you very much. Cheers till I come your way again some other time. God bless you all. Bye for now.